Welcome back, Warriors, to yet another Battlefield 2042 video. I'm your commanding officer, Major Doodleman149, and today I'll be going over the concerns I personally hold regarding the release of Battlefield 2042. This will cover a range of topics spanning from specific gameplay elements to real-life issues the game may face. Let's not waste any of your valuable time though, recruits. Let's address my Battlefield 2042 concerns. First off, as I'm sure all you returning viewers know, I do not have positive feelings regarding the introduction of specialists. Removing the everyman feel of the class system feels like they're trying to have a story told through the voice lines of these specialists. However, having multiple copies of a specific person is jarring and breaks the immersion. It's one thing to have multiple identical uniformed soldiers. It's another thing entirely to have the actual same physical person standing next to themselves. Sure, this happens in Modern Warfare and Call of Duty in general, but that's the thing. This isn't COD. Battlefield should have stuck with its tried and true class system instead of the admittedly less effective specialists. What do I mean by less effective? Well, recruits, taking a look at the medic classes of old, you had access to a variety of grenade launchers, large medic bags, small medic bags, and a revive item, amongst other things. What does 2042's medic have? A healing gun and defibrillators. These specialists are far more specific and honestly offer less customization than what they're advertised to have. I can't see how specialists will work out well, but again, only time will tell. Permission to speak freely in the comments is granted, so tell me your thoughts. My second concern actually lies far away from the Battlefield itself. There was a reason I had to make a video on Operation Open Beta's release date. While the date is still up for debate, the bigger issue is that there's even a debate at all. DICE and EA have given the community no official word on the beta release, and are being relatively tight-lipped about intel regarding the title in general. With no official word from the brass, I can only assume there are issues behind the scenes that could even potentially delay the start of this conflict. Again, you have permission to speak freely regarding this. I want to know your thoughts. My third concern will certainly be up for debate from a number of you, but I will voice it regardless. I'm worried about this title's lack of content. We have 7 new maps for the base game, but that's not a lot of new content. Now, there's been insubordinate comments about these maps being huge. Map size does little for map fatigue. If you end up rolling through the same 7 battlefields, pretty quickly the maps will lose their luster and players will be hungry for new content. Now, there are other whispers in the barracks about Portal offering more content. While yes, that is content, do you know what else that is, recruit? It's recycled. It's old, and it's not something that can justify this game's $60 or $70 price tag. Giving us old content and expecting us to dish out the full price for a half-new game is unjustified in my opinion. Now, I know this game will have future content drops, and that this is being released as a live service title. That's all the more reason why this title should not be costing us full price. It's essentially selling us the potential of more content without the explicit requirement to provide any. Now, I'm looking forward to the response to this concern. Again, permission to speak freely, granted. For my fourth worry, it comes down to the latest specialist gameplay trailer that I covered in my last briefing. All the weapons used in that gameplay trailer appear to have ridiculously low recoil, fast ADS speeds, and are far more codified in general. Battlefield has always had more realistic gunplay when compared to Call of Duty. It was one of its best selling points. It's certainly not the same level as Insurgency when it comes to realism, but it was always a better gunplay system than Call of Duty in my opinion. By trying to appeal to all shooter fans and streamlining the gunplay so that it isn't unique, DICE is pushing Battlefield 2042 more into the soulless shooter category I've expressed concerns about before. What are your thoughts on this simplifying of the combat equation? My final concern is rather small and twofold. First, the Crysis-esque weapon modifications that could be made on the fly that were showcased in the first gameplay trailer do not sit well with me. In every other competitive shooter, weapons had to be customized and deployed at the start of the match or upon death. Any weapon adjustments would only take place after the player respawned. This level of on-the-fly weapon customization will mean that while you can certainly go from a long-range build to a close-range one and keep fighting with an ideal weapon for every situation, this is then also the same for the enemy. I don't see how a soldier can carry an extended barrel, extended mags, and dozens of optics to battle and swap them out in the length of an elevator ride. I'm also concerned about AI soldier implementation. The only concern that racks my mind with the AI is will they have their own squads, or could you potentially get saddled with 3 bots in your squad since you were the odd man out? Also, will bots have access to specialist abilities, or would they simply be cannon fodder, run-of-the-mill, stop-to-shoot style of soldiers? Again, only time will tell, and I would like to hear your thoughts on this as well. So that is all, Warriors. You've heard my opinions, and many of them are bound to be unpopular, so feel free to voice your own opinions down below in the comments at the bottom of your HUD. Whether or not you agree with me, let me know your thoughts. Regardless, if you felt your CO has done an adequate job today in this briefing, then please hit that thumbs up and subscribe button in the bottom right of your HUD to never miss out on more of my coverage of Battlefield 2042. And with that, I've been your CEO, Major Doodleman 149, and until our next briefing, you are all dismissed!